I went with the chocolate brown because I knew I was going to meet Beyonce, and then I was going to have to show my dimple on this one. So again, that was a style to like kind of bring out my colors so that Beyonce could smile like she did in that picture.
She's smiling. You gave it
She
to
was
her.
so happy to be with me on that picture.
Your daughter Beyonce shut the Grammys down again and again and again and again. Right? Receiving. This is how we all went in when she won. I was one of those people screaming to the top of my lungs.
I was screaming too.
Were you screaming?
Yes, because I was at her house and I was there when she got, to help she and Blue get ready. And I just was not expecting. I was really,
So you were shocked too?
Oh, I was so shocked. And in fact, I sat there for a second and didn't even believe that it was true. So I was sitting there with my granddaughter, Rumi, and my grandson, Sir. And for a second, we were just sitting there. And then when she did this, I said, oh, it's real. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Because there's been so many times that I thought that would happen, and it didn't.
It happened, and we were all cheering to the top of our lungs. That's for sure. Well deserved. Now, she looked super, super surprised when she won Best Country Album. Did that really shock her?
Yes. She was just like, it's funny because people do all these memes and, not memes, but I don't know if you call them memes, but on Instagram I saw this where this girl was enacting Jay and her and Blue. And Blue is giving them saying, now, Daddy, don't get up there on that stage. This is not your night. Sit down and be quiet. I don't know if y'all saw it. And Mama, they're going to have that camera in your face. And, she was just giving them advice. And it was so funny because then they show Blue at the thing and Beyonce sitting like this and Blue saying, get up. And she walked on the stage, so they call her the manager.
She's the manager.
She's bossy, little Capricorn, like a grandma.
And then this Blue, because she coming into her own as well.
Right.
Do you think she's going to follow in her mother's footsteps?
I don't know, because Blue is she's a jack of all trades, as my mama would say. And she can do so many things. We don't know, because she's only 13. So we'll see.
Amazing. Get it, Blue. She's getting so tall, too.
I know.
Oh
She passed me up a long time ago. I can't stand it. Can't stand it.
Do you give her any advice?
Actually, her mother gives her advice. Her and her mother are really tight, and so they don't need me to give much advice. They tell me to mind my business,
Do they really, Mama? No.
They do. They do.
Speaking of idols, it's a clip where you ran into Beyonce that's going viral.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, where is this clip at, baby? What is happening?
Okay, that's Jay-Z. Okay.
What was that? What was going through your mind?
So, we were walking down the small hallway, and then Jay-Z walked by, and I was like, hi, and he said, hi, and then they were like, excuse me, Carter's, and I didn't know what to do, so I was like, be small, I got on the wall and was like, disappear, I tried to be as small as I could, and she looked right at me, her and Blue, and we're like, what are you doing? And I go, hi, I'm on the wall. I'm so sorry. I didn't know what, I panicked. I said, hi, I'm on the wall. And then Beyonce was like, come here. Hugged me, and I was like, and then she said, we love you in our household. And I was like, oh my God.
See?
I was freaking out.
Because you met her before, right?
Yeah, I met her like years ago, but it's Beyonce. I'm like, do you remember me? But apparently her kid, that was us. I was freaking out then too, but I was just like, I'm on the wall. I felt like, I'm sorry.
That was the best response, But, God, that was hilarious. You are so funny. She funny, y'all. You are funny.
I have yet to put out my album, which is on the way, but to watch other artists who have had years of being here and continually reinventing themselves. I mean, Beyonce winning Best Country Album. It was just just so inspiring as an artist to watch talented, hardworking people. And it's such a prestigious award. So to even be considered is already such a blessing and so weird.
Yes. I understand it. And then to be able to witness Beyonce receiving such an amazing honor, which she was well-deserved, let me say that.
Absolutely.
But you also got a beautiful photo with her. How did that come about?
Oh my gosh, Jennifer!
I love this picture.
No, literally, I'm like, should we switch my album cover out? I don't know. I don't know. But no, it was so hilarious because I was with my mom. And I've met Beyonce multiple times, but this time I was with my mom, okay? And so we're walking towards her and everyone, swarms to her every break. And I feel so bad. I'm like, oh, I know she feels like she's in a petting zoo. Like, everybody just comes to her wanting something. And I was like, and me too, so sorry, So we both going in there. And I just feel bad. And I'm like, Mom, I can't do it. Julius, there's security there. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't be the one. And my mom was like, we came all this way, and you love this lady.
Yes.
So go ahead. So she's over there. She's like, ma'am.
Did she ma'am Beyonce?
She was referencing Beyonce as ma'am. And so then I'm completely moving on because I'm like, no, Mom, you have to stop. That's not how you address her. I was like, ma'am. And Beyonce looks back and she's like, can she? And I'm like, I'm grabbing my mom. I'm like, please, please. I'm literally about to freak out. She's like, come on. Beyonce's like, come on.
She's so gracious.
Thank you, Mom.
Oh, that's a beautiful moment.
I'm like, girl.
I'm sure Mom got it in the frame in the house at this point.
Honestly, my mom, it's like hilarious how she does not know what goes on in the world. Like, the fact that she doesn't even know to call Beyonce, I'm like, that's just a testament to her living in her own world where all she listens to is me and gospel. Love you, Mom.
I'm not selling out 17 Staples Centers. I don't know whatever.
Okay, did you go see like Beyonce or anybody?
I did.
Did?
I saw Beyonce. The thing about dudes, you gotta be really kind of hard when you see Beyonce.
Okay, yeah. What's the?
Yeah, you don't actually go to the Beyonce show and be like really a fan. You can't be in the beehive. You gotta be like, yeah, this cool right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We like to party.
But can you
Then
be?
you find your arm going up. Hey. Oh, no.
And then you bring the cool back.
I love Beyonce.
We are too. I love you. I'm such a fan. When I saw Queen and Slim, girl, I had to go find them boots. I tried to have your hairstyle, everything. Like you're out here setting trends. Do you not see this?
Yeah.
I got about 3 pair of those boots backstage right now because of you. I have to say that.
Listen, Beyonce wore them, okay? She came to the after party and she put the boots on. And look, I never saw Beyonce at the after party. She wasn't there when I was there. Obviously, she was like, hi, I'm here, bye.
Wow.
But I saw a photo of her with the boots on, and I was like, oh my God, Beyonce's in the movie.
You see what you inspire?
She saw my movie.
Oh my goodness. I'm so proud of you and everything you've been doing. You're awesome. Okay, look, we have another thing. We have another thing in common. Both of our first films were with Beyonce.
Yes, isn't that crazy?
I know, I didn't even realize that. What was it like for you? How old were you?
So when I auditioned for the part, it was my very first role I ever went out for. I was 3.5.
3.5.
And when I shot it, I was 4. And oh yeah, there I am,
God.
Look, baby Chloe. And that was like when I realized, like, wow, I really love this woman. She's so nice to me. She's dancing with me. And from then, that's when my love developed for Destiny's Child and her from day one. And I remember Christmas when me and my whole family, extended family and all, we went to go see Dreamgirls and everything, and supporting you and voting for you in American Idol. Like,
You old enough
we
to
loved
be
you.
American Idol.
No, like, Sis and I have loved you from day one.
Oh.
And then at the Clive Davis party, when you sang your behind
Oh my
off,
God.
I started crying.
Thank you.
So I could fangirl all day.
Oh
but.
my God. Well, I'm a fan of you ladies just the same and so proud of you. And Beyonce them ended up signing you 12 years later?
Yeah.
Tell me about that. How did that happen?
So that happened from YouTube, which is crazy.
YouTube.
Because I would have never imagined out of all of the avenues, online would be the way that Queen Bey would see us, and that's how we get signed, and that would be our entryway into the music industry. Isn't that something?
That's a blessing. That means it was meant to be.
It was.
It's what it sounds like
Yes,
to me.
God is good.
Yes,
No coincidence
He is.
in
And
life.
that's how we're here, baby. Oh my God. Was Beyonce the first person to listen to the album?
So I was so happy when I gave her the project, and she called me with her, she was like, I love it so much, and she gave me her minor notes, and no matter how small or like intricate the notes were, it made such a huge difference.
Yes.
And I just really appreciate her for not only front-facing, taking us under her wing, but also behind the scenes and taking the time and giving her notes when it comes to our artistry and our visuals and our music, and to just have her support and her love means everything to me, because she's inspired me since I was a little girl, so to have her like that, so present in our lives, it's pretty cool.
She's inspired all of us. Yeah. Of course. Yes. Oh my God. Oh, I love that. We saw each other in 2016 at Beyonce concert. That was a good time. You remember that?
I remember that really well. Okay, so in 2016, I had a show that, right? So in 2016, I had a show, and I didn't know if it was getting picked up or not. And if it was gonna get picked up, I was gonna have to move to LA. And I was like, I don't know when I can get to see Formation. And I have to see Formation. So she was in Chicago Memorial Day weekend, which happened to be my birthday.
You better read
so
back
I
to
flew, Beehive.
Yes.
So I flew to Chicago with my girlfriend, Mila. I got like a security person, and I went, and then we ran into each other. Yes. And the gag was that they thought it was gonna rain, and then like afterwards, like because the last time we went to a Beyonce concert, I got mobbed in the crowd afterwards, so I was like, I had security, but then like I had to get through the crowd. I'm like weeding through the 40,000 people. Jennifer had a car. She had a car like right there by the stage. She jumped in and they whisked her away. I was like, well, I need that. She had the hookup.
Well, you were in my city, and Beyonce take good care of her people. Make sure you know that, honey.
She does. So the fun thing is when I happened to be in LA later that year, and the team reached out and said, would you like to come? And there was VIP access. I'll pay for a ticket. I don't care. I will go. And she's touring allegedly next summer, allegedly.
Well, we gotta go.
We should go again.
We should go again. But see, okay, but now people are mistaking you for Beyonce. You got mistaken for her at the U.S. Open. Tell me about that. What was that like for you? Like, look, she tickled.
The funny thing is, like, we're in the car.
You look just like her.
So I was wearing a mask. Again, wearing the mask, trying to be a good girl. And so I'm there, and then, but the funny thing is Twitter went crazy, because a guy posted Beyonce's at the U.S. Open, and Twitter's like, that's Laverne. And then, so the memes and the GIFs, the one where, oh my God, where Kenya Moore says, every day someone mistakes me for Beyonce. They're like Laverne Cox right now. And then the one with New York, Tiffany Pollard, when she's like, Beyonce. Do you know that meme? Look it up.
Look it up.
But it is the ultimate compliment, though.
It is a beautiful compliment.
Yeah.
Yes. What were you thinking in this picture with Beyonce?
The inside of my mind for sure said, I'm gonna hug Beyonce. And that's what it was. Yeah, it was a lot of that. I checked. I knew she was gonna win because I knew that she was nominated, and I checked beforehand, and it was like, who is this? And it was Beyonce, so I was hyped.
Oh my God.
That was pretty hype, yeah.
And how old were you there?
14?
14?
Maybe 14, yeah.
Look at his face.
Yeah,
here.
oh, I was ecstatic. You would think I got the award.
Okay. What she smell like?
Success.
That's the best answer! Pick it up! I like that answer! Okay, this is a fun one. If you had to choose between Beyonce and Rihanna to do a duet with, who would you pick? I said woo too.
You cannot ask a gay person that question.
No! You proposed to her at the Beyonce concert?
Yes, I did.
Please, we want to hear all about this.
It was super last minute. I already bought the tickets for her birthday, because it was her birthday weekend. So, like, I bought the ring on Saturday and proposed on Monday.
So you just came up with it like, I'm doing this.
I was walking around in the mall, and I was like, you know something? All right, let's do it.
Dang!
Bought the ring. The dude told me, he's like, man, ain't nobody bought an engagement ring this fast ever. Because I was like, yo, give me that one. And I walked out.
Like that? Did she like it? Look.
She loved it. It was funny. So this is a crazy story, is the ring was on her Pinterest. I've never seen her Pinterest before. She put it on there. The exact ring. I had no idea that was the ring she wanted.
Oh, that was definitely meant to be.
That's God.
Apparently, I was there that night. Now, I ain't catch the proposal. That is God. I love that you said that. I heard, you know Beyonce and Jay-Z. Did you ever, like, hear from them or anything?
You know, so Miss Tina hit me, I think the next day, said she saw everything and she was really happy for us. But I don't want to bother them. You know, you do a favor, because I don't know when I'm going to need another favor.
So you save them?
Yeah, you say your
feel
favors. No, I'm serious. You get only a couple favors from people. So like, I got one more favor.
Yeah, well, that was a big favor because you got to propose at the Beyonce
On
concert.
her birthday, which I
On
felt
her
kind of
birthday.
bad. I was like, I didn't want the attention like that, but it happened.
You proposed at a Beyonce concert. What you mean you didn't want the attention?
We didn't even finish the concert. As soon as I put the ring on her, she wanted to leave.
I don't know. What, man, do you stay at the Beyonce concert after getting engaged? Or do you go?
I was a little irritated. Those tickets was really expensive.
You said we stand to see
like,
Beyonce.
babe, we're going to hit 2 more songs. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough. But that's an amazing proposal.
Yes. You went to like this fabulous event, big event with Miss Beyonce. Tell us about it.
Oh my goodness.
Well, this was your first time meeting her too, huh?
This was my first time meeting her. I get invited to sing at the Super Bowl last year.
Yes.
And then they had the Gold Ball. And at the Gold Ball, it's the kind of place that you can walk into and you can see anybody. And they're just there enjoying themselves. But here comes Beyonce and she's golden. You know how she does it.
I know.
Oh, honey, please. She is just gold. And I'm just like, oh my God, look at this woman. Yes. But she comes over and she introduces herself like I don't know it's Beyonce. And then she looks at my son. She looks at Etienne and she says, and you are so handsome.
Ooh, did he pass out?
My poor son just melted into a puddle. And he's just standing there looking at the golden image. And when she walks away, he's like, Mom, she said I'm handsome. It was crazy. I loved that moment for him.
And you recently opened up for Beyonce. Girl, what was that like? You got a call from her?
Shout out DJ Khaled. It was a blessing. I don't know. I went on that stage and I just seen everybody and I know everybody was there for Beyonce and to be able to be a part of that crowd.
Yes.
Like the Beehive is nothing to play with.
We know.
So I got a taste of that, like in real life. So I don't know. And the crowd went crazy.
Yeah.
It was a life-changing experience.
If you worked with Justin Bieber, like, have you ever been starstruck by anybody?
Definitely Beyonce.
Yes.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
What happened?
I mean, we were like at a party and she recognized me, y'all.
Okay, I understand.
It was crazy.
I understand.
Like the little girl in me just would have never thought that was a thing. She like pulled me and I think she was a fan of like Star and stuff. So yeah, she really loved what I was doing and said I was incredible. I was like, what are you talking about right now? Like, it's just insane. But to actually say this also in front of you is nuts.
The other dream girl.
That raised me, okay?
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your new book, I'm That Girl. Y'all better check it out.
Yes.
Tell everyone, where did the title come from?
So this is actually kind of funny. I was on the Renaissance tour, and you know, I went to Beyonce's concert, and the saying "I'm that girl" just resonated in my brain throughout the whole time. And I was just like, you know what? After watching her, you know, documentary on how she's become this, you know, super most global star of who she is, it made me realize no matter how many times that you fall, or no matter how many times you look at yourself and, you know, are dishonest with yourself, you can rise back up and be the person you're trying to be.
The ladies love Cool James right there. I went with the chocolate brown because I knew I was going to meet Beyonce and then I was going to have to show my dimple on this one. So again, that was a style to like kind of bring out my colors so that Beyonce could smile like she did in that picture.
She's smiling. You gave it
She
to
was
her.
so happy to be with me on that picture.
You have an adorable puppy, and you photoshopped the puppy into like iconic reality show scenes.
One year she did a calendar where it was our dog posing, like photoshopped into Beyonce photos, and we were out. I made a movie with Beyonce, and so we were together, and Lauren told her about it, and then ended up showing Beyonce the entire calendar.
She loved it,
and she loved it.
obviously.
Honestly, she was thrilled about it.
My version of the New York Times is I make playlists for everybody. Now it's up to like 400 people.
Okay, I need to be 401 because I don't have a playlist. All I'm saying, Quest, where my playlist? Because I've heard about them. And you also DJ'd at Beyonce and Jay-Z's famous Gold Party?
Yeah, I did the Gold Party this year, which is, you know, it's a high pressure situation because like literally
everybody that you admire and royalty and everybody's there. And
Yes.
it's almost like I put pressure on myself, like one wrong song will mess it up. So kind of when I do the gold party, I prepare a year in advance. I know the average DJ doesn't do this, but literally like a year in advance, I will just pick one song. The key to DJing to me is knowing the right 5 songs to go to the song that you're playing. And that's what I excel at. So